on Manchester United. I am live for Referral United TV, my last live on location before we head back to England from Spain. But yes, Sancho updates, meetings this week with PSG and everything going on with negotiations on that one. Ugarte price drop. There was a big price that was set out and some people were talking 70 million euros for Manuel Ugarte. That price down to 49 million quid. And this apparently now is not a million miles away from where Manchester United are actually wanting to spend with Manuel Ugarte. It does look like negotiations and that meeting this week with PSG are definitely going to push things along on both sides with Sancho and Ugarte. One way or the other, we'll get a decision on Sancho probably this week and where Man United are looking to go. And we'll find out what PSG's stance is with Ugarte properly. Where were these meetings before? I don't know. What these meetings consist of? I don't know. We're going to get into details. We're going to bring up the stories. We're going to talk about it. Please give the video a like. We are live on location, like I said, for the last time well on this break. I appreciate all of your support through it, sticking through the little mobile videos and everything like that. We've just managed to get the content out every single day as scripted as we normally do. And I love it, guys. It's been absolutely brilliant. I've enjoyed it. I've been enjoyed to have a break and bring the content at the same time and have you guys all on board supporting us while we're doing it as well. It isn't easy, it isn't, but I just love doing what we do. And I love being in touch with you guys constantly. Basically, I cannot get a day without getting my input on FUTV from you lot. Love you all. Let's get into the content. By the way, 500 likes, 600. I'll let the mods decide how many likes we're getting today. Guys, get in it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. 51,000 of you. Oh, I'm still buzzing off it. But yeah, I know you're all here for the United updates and what's going on. So, where are we up to with everything that's happening with Jadon Sancho? Sancho, Ugarte, we might as well start with both because both are just as important as each other. Both coming from the same club, Manchester United communicating with PSG. Waiting on what's happening with Jadon Sancho has been very painful for Manchester United fans. But we do look like we're coming to the end of negotiations, conclusion to the deal or whatever, because United apparently have got a meeting booked in this week with PSG representatives to discuss the possibility of a move for Jadon Sancho from United to Paris. And hopefully within them meetings we can discuss Manuel Ugarte as well and we'll get some information on that. Is this what Fabrizio Romano was talking about? Because he's the one who's talking about the meetings as well. When he said yesterday about this is a massive week for Manchester United and everything going on with the football club, yes, indeed it is. And it could be crucial for Manchester United in terms of knowing exactly how many players we can get in. Big signings, that is. We're not talking the other signings. We've got updates on Mazraoui and Wan Bissaka in this show as well, which we'll get to. But I want to stick to Sancho and Ugarte and get your opinions on these two as well and where we're at right now. We've pretty much spoken about everything that there is to speak about with Jadon Sancho and what he can bring United, why we want to get rid of him. We've done polls, we've done discussions, we've talked about if he did stay, where he would fit in, would he kick up again? Is there any sort of truth in that him and Ten Hag have buried the hatchet and this is all over? No, clearly not. The stories that have come out over the last couple of days have all been regarding Jadon Sancho and Erik Ten Hag still not in a very good place, not a good relationship. So United are actively looking to move Jadon Sancho on still. And the only suitor is PSG. Will United have to buckle in their presentation for Jadon Sancho? Will they be looking to actually get a deal done no matter what? Will it be a price drop? If PSG come in and drop the price for Ugarte, do United drop the price for Jadon Sancho? That's a question, isn't it? Because 49 million quid, and I want to ask you guys on this one, 49 million quid, is that fair for Jade? Is that fair for Manuel Ugarte now? Is that where we're at with that bid? And I'm just checking through news actually as it's just popping up on my screen, constantly updating me on everything right now. But yeah, so let me know if you feel like 49 million quid is enough for Manuel Ugarte. United didn't want to go near 50 million. That is touching it, to say the least, just about. So is that too much for Ugarte? Will United want it cheaper? There were rumours that 38 million was Manchester United's tops. So that, for me, says 11 million difference. Was United's bid 38? We don't know for certain. There's been no clarity on that. So that's why this is interesting now. The 70 million, which originally was being reported as what PSG want, is way, way, way off the mark, apparently. PSG don't want that much. 70 million euros, that is. So you can forget about that. That's not real. The price is 49 million quid. Is someone like that worth it? That's what you've got to ask yourself. Is Manuel Ugarte worth all of that? Can we get better elsewhere? Well, you look at Zubimendi, he's a similar price, 50 million for him. Other midfielders out there just aren't really as good that we've been looking at. Amrabat, you could look at that situation and you could also argue cheaper. Knows United. For me, I think United have been chasing Ugarte that long and made it known that we're chasing Ugarte for so long that we're going to make this deal happen. So I feel like this negotiation this week is massive. And this is what I feel that Fabrizio was alluding to when it comes to what's going on and this massive week for United in all of this. I'm just running through the stories now, and I'll read out what has been said regarding the Jadon Sancho situation first of all. According to reports by PSG Insider brought up by Inside Football, as in football, French media outlet, Paris Saint-Germain are going to meet United bosses in the middle of this week to discuss a deal for Jadon Sancho. French club has been heavily linked with his signature over the past week or so, and they are reportedly keen to get a deal in place to take the winger to the French capital. Sancho, who spent the second half of last season on loan at Borussia Dortmund, has featured in United's last two pre-season friendlies against Rangers and Arsenal. It was pretty shit against Arsenal, to be honest. But still, it's a player that United need out. And I think, personally, looking at that, the way I look at that is that's United going in to see what PSG are willing to offer and then go, do you know what? Is it just worth letting him go? I don't think we're going to get 40 million for Jadon Sancho. United can stick to that all they want, but obviously we've had to buckle a little bit with Wan Bissaka. Update on that and an actual price for Wan Bissaka is coming out in reports as well at the moment. So maybe I am being a bit too, maybe I'm being a bit negative when it comes to thinking that Manchester United can actually get that money for Jadon Sancho. I don't know. I mean, looking at it, like, I'll go into a detail on the Wan Bissaka bit in a minute, but I just don't see 40 million being feasible with United. I mean, PSG are a club that have got that money. And I said this the other week, like I thought with Desiree Doué, another bid going in from PSG there. The way I look at it now is, and that triangle we was talking about, I touched on it briefly this morning about Xavi Simons now looking like he wants to stay. And Romano has said that Xavi Simons wants to stay in Leipzig. He wants to stay at RB Leipzig, go on there, another loan this season. So, PSG not bringing Simons back. Enrique doesn't want him. Bayern Munich wanted Simons. They thought they were going to get Simons. They'd had a bid on the side for Desiree Doué, Bayern Munich as well. PSG bid higher than Bayern Munich for Desiree Doué, but now that Simons is gone, Desiree Doué probably look like Bayern not getting Simons is going to go to them. I'm trying to figure this all out in my head here as we go along. And then PSG needing to have another forward option apart from Desiree Doué. If Desiree Doué goes to Bayern Munich, that being Jadon Sancho. Did that make sense? I think it did, sort of anyway. 150 likes, nearly in the bag, guys. Thank you so much. I was doing my sums and calculating again there within the transfer pyramid and what's actually happening, but I look at it that way. Simons is going to Leipzig, Bayern can't get Simons, so Bayern move across to Desiree Doué, who PSG also wanted, meaning they're not keeping Simons, they're loaning Simons to RB Leipzig, again PSG. They may not get Desiree Doué, the other forward they were going for, because he may want to go to Bayern Munich, because they need a forward having not got Simons. Therefore, needing to speak to United this week to get a deal in place possibly for Jadon Sancho if that all happens with Simons, Doué, triangle, nightmare, understanding that this is a very complicated situation right now with Manchester United and what we're in. So, yeah, that is how I'm reading it and how I'm looking at it. And I can only put two and two together and make whatever I want out of it. But it does make sense that PSG are doing like what Manchester United are doing. Do you know what else this looks like as well? Like, we're figuring out how PSG are working, and I'm automatically working on these sort of grounds because this is how United are working now. Manchester United were even at the table in dealings like this, or involved in dealings like this, like these so-called he goes there, he comes here, moving players around with big clubs like this, because we weren't good enough in the transfer market to act like this. So looking at this is just exciting for me to watch Manchester United operate right now within these bigger teams like this, like dealing with the way we did with Madrid and AC Milan for Xerxes and Euro, and now in the middle of this melee, which you could say is Bayern Munich, PSG and United over the sake of like 6 possible players. It's good to see, and it's exciting. It's hard to figure out, and I think I've not gone into a transfer window like this trying to figure out sums and deals and everything and permutations of everything for so long, because I just don't expect Manchester United to be that competent, and now we are. So it's really exciting that we've actually got this situation going on. Ugarte, Sancho, 2 deals that can be made this week with these meetings with PSG. I think that's how we sort of sum it up, and how hopefully Manchester United will be dealing with this. Let's get into some of your chat on this as well, guys. Let's see where we're at here. PSG never selling Xavi before 2025. The reason PSV has a sell-on clause that drops after this season. Craig, why are you copying me, mate? No, but it is common knowledge if you read into it. It's a good point, Craig, and it is true. So there's no chance that they would sell Simmons. I can't understand how Enrique doesn't use him. It's weird how he can't get anything, or doesn't feel like he can get a tune out of him. He's smashed it everywhere he's been. On loan at PSV, killed it. Last season in Leipzig, killed it. Euros, killed it. And now, he still doesn't want to use him, and he's going back out on loan again. It baffles me. A 21-year-old like that to not work, it really is confusing. But hey, someone else will benefit from it. Lindelof should have gone a long time ago, says Joseph. I believe in Eric. If he has true backing both windows, this and next season, says Rossi. Rossi, I don't know if he will. I don't even know if he'll be here if he fails this season for Manchester United. I don't know how we handle the injury situation. I don't know if he's going to get away with using that as an excuse. But I think he's got it in him to get something out of this team. And we'll see this season, mate. Honestly, hopefully, he absolutely kills it, because that means United are back in the Champions League where we belong. And then the transfer window and financial fair play becomes a lot easier for us to discuss. 200 likes, guys. Smashing it again. Thank you, everybody. Adam, I think we'll be back in for Bramthwaite. What do you think? If De Ligt comes, and Romano has updated us on De Ligt as well, by the way. So, looking at that, we are going to De Ligt has told Manchester United that he still wants to come to the football club. He is still looking to move from Bayern Munich this summer. The deal that they've offered him is there in waiting, and he's happy to wait. It's as simple as that. And there won't be anything that gets in the way of Matthias de Ligt coming to Manchester United, apart from Manchester United, in turn away from this deal. I'm just checking through the other news as we move along, guys, as well, just to make sure we're not missing anything. And yeah, we are pretty good. Nothing to worry about that we might have missed so far. We've got plenty to discuss. I want to talk about what we said about Ugarte as well, guys. So we talked about this double deal, Sancho meetings, and possibly talking about Ugarte as well at the same time. It's obvious that it's going to happen. According to a report from Court Offside, Paris Saint-Germain have set a €59 million price tag for Manuel Ugarte. Like we discussed, 49 million for Ugarte. United are interested in bringing in the Uruguayan international to Old Trafford ahead of the transfer window slamming shut at the end of next month. I don't know why everything has to slam shut. It's like just politely shut. It never does it? It never does. United are determined to strengthen their holding midfield options, and Ugarte is one of a handful of midfielders under consideration. It's claimed that there is not too big a gap between PSG's and United's respective valuations of the 23-year-old, like we just discussed then, guys. And this is good because it shows progress within what's going on right now. It shows that Manchester United have bided their time Again, like De Ligt and what Romano said about him and him being totally happy with the contract on the table and waiting out the window as long as it takes to go to United. Ugarte, exactly the same. They've kindly put the lights on for me for a bit of backdrop for you guys. I'm looking even more tan than what I was before now because of that orange light, actually. Yeah, they've kind of let me go into the, you know in the hotels when you've got like the people who pay a little bit more and they've got their own section out of the way. They've kind of let me move over to this side of the hotel just to film because they love us here and they all follow Forever United TV. No, they don't. They ain't got a clue about football, but still, they're very nice people and they've let me move over to this side of the hotel because it's quite busy on the other side. But yeah, back into where we was as well. Romano obviously telling us and updating us on Mazraoui. There's nothing really much more to discuss on that one, just waiting for the Wan Bissaka update. And apparently we have got one of them now. Now get this, apparently Manchester United were struggling to get 15 million for Wan Bissaka and they dropped the price to 10 just to get rid of him. Well, apparently that's not the case. Apparently the case is now that Manchester United have managed to get a deal for 15 million and 4.5 million in add-ons for Wan Bissaka. Does that coincide with 21 million for Mazraoui? It does. So United confidently knew that this deal was already done. Maybe it's going to be interesting to see what Wan Bissaka does now. Plenty of people have been asking where we're at with Wan Bissaka. Is he leaving the tour to go and get his medical? If it is this close, the price is agreed. We're waiting on personal terms, which apparently are not a problem. Are we going to see Wan Bissaka on a private jet back to London to go and have his medicals for West Ham United? I don't think it's a million miles away. I honestly don't. We're waiting on full confirmation of it, but the price involved, guys, let me know what you think about the price. Are you happy with that? I am. I think that's good business for Manchester United, to be honest. I think that's very good business. A player that we bought for 50 million back when, what was it, 4 years ago now? Coming into the last year of his contract, and we pulled back near 20 million for him. Well done, Ineos. Well done, Manchester United again. If this is the case, like, we'll wait for confirmation on this price, and these are stories that are coming out regarding Wan Bissaka's price at the moment, but I like that. I like that. 4.5 million in add-ons onto the 15. That pretty much covers Mazraoui. And Mazraoui's deal is a 5-year one, taking him to 2030 with an option for that last year again. Now, he's a lot older than the other players, but he's got exactly the same term deal as what Xerxes and both Yoro have got. I didn't think United would go that big on someone who's a bit older, personally. I don't, but it's there, it's done. Romano said that is the deal on the table, so we're happy with that. And that's how Manchester United are moving forward with that deal. But Bissaka, apparently, that agreement place with West Ham now is for 19.5 million, including the add-ons. So that would definitely give us enough room to go out and get Mazraoui and get him through the door. And then it's just a case of trying to get out Lindelof, trying to get out Scott McTominay if another bid comes in from Fulham. Nothing in terms of today and where we're at for updates on Lindelof or McTominay, by the way, guys. So nothing to really report there. Expecting movement in the next few days with that. The priority deals right now are obviously Mazraoui, Wan Bissaka. Moving on from that, I think it will come down to Sancho, Ugarte. I think Scott McTominay, Lindelof may see out the rest of the tour. But let's be honest, in less than a week, they're back home anyway from the tour. So it's over before it's bleeding started, to be honest. So no real concern there. And in the busy week that Romano has said, I think it will be United trying to push out the likes of Hannibal, get Palestri out of the door. Maybe deal with Amrabat as well. Hold on that one. Hold on that one, because Amrabat could have a say in this crazy week yet. Going off what reports are from everything from his camp, they are confident that Man United are going to bring him back. Could we be seeing two midfielders come in again? Whereas before we thought it was Amrabat or Ugarte, it's looking more and more likely that it's going to be both with the way that United are moving in the transfer market at the moment. There is a growing confidence coming from reports from America, from other reports as well, that United are going to be able to get rid of a few players. The Anthony one we spoke about this morning, that's a tough one. And I know I went in with a crazy price and a few people have pulled me on the 10 million that I said. And no, it doesn't work well with financial fair play, but no matter which way you look at the Anthony deal, we're going to lose out. We have to accept it somewhere down the line. Is it more important that we get a better player in, who is better in squad strength and depth, that's going to help us get the riches of the Champions League, rather than accepting doing a deal that's going to cost us on the player itself. Again, what's more important? Winning on the pitch and earning money that way, rather than trying to make a deal on a player that clearly is not going to make any money at this stage. That's what we have to look at. Coming into the chat, I've neglected you guys long enough. Fabrizio, rinse and repeat, says the same news over rather than wait for Ornstein, says Macmillan YouTube. You're not liking Fabrizio, Macmillan? No, he does wind people up a little bit, doesn't he, though, these days? I must admit, I'm with you on that one. He does do a lot of that. And a lot of people cling on to Fabrizio's word rather than trusting any other journalist. Like, they don't all get it right. They all come out and give their information and what's going on and what they've been fed, but there are some that just don't risk it. Luckily, Fabrizio's in a position where he can dictate anything that's going on in the transfer window on social media now. But still, he usually does get it right, doesn't he? Let's be honest. Okay, good deal, says Top Dog for Wan Bissaka. Right, we need a holding midfielder, centre-back, central midfielder, should Eriksen and Scott leave. Also, I would buy Amrabat for 12 million, says Sadiq. We may have to take less money to get rid of some of these players. No, we may not. We have to. It's right. You're exactly right, Orton. But we have to accept it rather than it may be a possibility. We're going to have to accept that we cannot get the price that we want for some of these players. It's just inevitable. Jonathan says we could not organise. We could not be so organised in this transfer window if we had also changed the manager. All the focus has been on improving the squad. Honestly, Jonathan, I don't think it would have mattered if we'd have changed the manager. I don't. I think Ineos are that organised, and this is how football structures work. It doesn't matter who the manager is, it still carries on. But it's good that you've got Ten Hag there in a position where Manchester United are now, in a way, probably. You can tell the board, look, this player has not performed this way. In terms of Ten Hag being there and having an effect on this transfer window, where are you then with him bringing Mazraoui in to help Antony? Is that a bullshit story? I think it is, to be honest. I don't see anything in that, because that would be ridiculous, because that means Antony would have to get serious amounts of game time, and that means dropping better players in front of him. So I don't see that happening either as well. Almost at 300 likes while live, guys. Looks like you mods are absolutely killing it tonight. Over 900 in the room with us as well. Please keep liking the video, share it, get your comments in as well, guys. Let's see what else we got. Mr. Dacia Sandero says, hi Adam, I think it's absolutely essential we get Ugarte. I can see him fitting in so well into the team. Having Martinez behind him, we will be foundations of a strong core this season. Very strong core. I'll say that again. Nicola Banks says, with the idea of Erik ten Hag bringing players from Ajax, Dutch and Netherlands, I hope he will be sacked before Christmas, so I enjoy my festive time, whatever, don't know. Louise has been a member for 6 months, by the way, guys. Give her a big pat on the back. Adam, Mike, a little bit crackly, Kaz said to tell you. Crackly Mike. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. All right, tell me how that sounds, guys. Does that sound any better? It may be something in the plug, I don't know. Or maybe it's just the noise that these guys are creating behind me. Sorry guys if there has been any sound issues. Thank you for using your renewal message, Louise, to inform me of the mic. That's what mods are for. Right, yeah, I was trying to charge up my transmitter at the same time, which is probably why it was a little bit crackly. Sorry guys, I did forget about that one, but good shout from Kaz, backed up by Louise. That's what happens when you've got a great team behind you of mods like the ones that we've got here on FUTV. Big up the mods, everyone. Give the video a like just for the mods. PSG Kimmich alternative, which Benfica need 120 million euros by Romano. 120 million for what? I mean, the merry-go-round of João Neves. Right, okay, yes. I don't think Benfica needs 120. We've already had Rui Costa come out, the president, saying that was a load of bull, that story. They don't need that amount of money for him. We are expecting an announcement this week for João Neves for PSG, which is supposedly going to kick things into action. Jim, who's just become a member as well. 8 months. Wow. Renewed membership, not just become, renewed membership. 8 months a member. Mad work for you, Jim, mate. Absolutely loving that. I'm still waiting on the Lenny Yoro update, guys. William, I can see you comment in there, buddy. Nothing as yet. We did update on Rasmus Højlund earlier on. United have been a bit stum and very quiet on this. The way the tour works as well. Ten Hag will commit to one press conference. He possibly is going to do another one at Snapdragon because that's a sponsored game and they are Manchester United sponsors. And I think that will be it. He hates doing press conferences on tour. He hates time being taken away from the players' recovery and training time. So in terms of updates, it will basically be what the journalists can get from Manchester United staff while they are out there in the States. Obviously, there'll be a lot of moving around this week now. Manchester United, I'm guessing, I don't think we'll be moving away from UCLA and the campus there where they're training at, because it's only down the road in San Diego. So the players will take the short journey there, then back up to UCLA, and then that final stop in South Carolina and go straight home from there, I would say, on, I think it's Sunday. Pretty certain it's Sunday when they fly back anyway. But yeah, in terms of getting news from the club, they've done all of the player stuff, they've done all of the manager stuff, the interviews, the press conferences. They like to get them out of the way early and then concentrate on the football and everything else. It starts off the tours, everything's great. I know this from experience. You're looking like you're getting access, getting all the players, and then as the tour goes on, it just dwindles down and down and down. Everyone becomes a bit more tetchy, everyone gets a bit more let's say restless, especially the manager, in dealing with a lot of stuff. We're trying to find out about players who are fit, test players' fitness on a training ground while on tour, find out about new players and transfers coming in, and it's a lot of information. And the players just want to get started into the season. So as the tour starts, great, loads of access, loads of news, information. It just completely dwindles out though as the tour goes on. So it may start becoming a bit more difficult to find out directly from the horse's mouth, but we're now relying on the journalists that are out there to try and find out this information. Like Paul from the Times, who was giving us news regarding Højlund and Yoro yesterday, Laurie Whitwell, who is out there as well, James Ducker of the Telegraph, Disco Dave from the, and obviously Sean Costas as well from the Sun. Plenty of journalists out there that will be tapping into the club to try and find out information. We will find it out from them if anything significant has happened. But the fact that Yoro is under wraps at the moment and we're not finding out any information about him, that's more of a concern for me. I was hoping that United would have come out today and quashed it. Ten Hag said 24 hours. We're pretty much in that sort of time zone now. And hopefully we do get that update on Lenny Yoro quite soon and it isn't that bad. But the reports that we're just going to, I'm just going to say again, repeat, is that it could actually be a muscle injury now, not just a sprain. So yeah, interesting to see the extra information and what comes out on that. Hopefully isn't as bad as what the reports are at the moment. Try the connection with the mic again. I don't know what you mean. There's nothing happening any different. Sorry guys. Hopefully the sound is okay. We have got bottles being moved around, so I don't know if you're getting mixed up with that noise going on. We're right in the middle of the posh restaurant bit of the hotel. So yeah, I'm glad that this is the last live on location, guys. Anyway, can get back to the studio tomorrow because we'll be back home. So the 8 o'clock show will be back from the studio, so you guys are back in your comfort zone as well. Yoro never trained, relating injuries to growing pains and strain. Paul has said that in the chat. I'm not sure where that's come from, Paul, but if it is true, thank you for the update in the chat there, mate. That's what this channel is all about. I'm not looking to claim to be the one in the know about this. We come together as a fan base. Anyone who's got any extra information, who wants to drop it in the chat there that's important, get it in, and we'll give you a readout on it as well. Let's see what else we've got. Casemiro, Ericsson, Scott Maguire, Sancho, Hannibal is the minimum to leave for me. Otherwise, we won't compete. Yeah, Reg, I think that's been a bit harsh, to be honest. Like, we can get rid of them and still compete. We don't need to get rid of all of them. Although I'm with you, they're the ones that need to go. But still, do you think it's a little bit of an ask to get rid of all of them in one window? That's, I think, yeah, it's maybe a little bit. Let me just double check on everything else news-wise. You happy with that deal, guys, by the way, for Wan Bissaka? I missed out on your comments on that. I'm just watching them come through now. Christian Eriksen has been talking again regarding the club. He said it is different now under Ineos. This tour does look like it's based on football, which is really good. Good to see a player back that up as well, because it's all right saying it and saying that we are basing this tour and trying to concentrate on getting the players ready rather than the commercial side of things. Commercial always takes over on these tours. It is a royal pain in the ass, the pre-season tour. It really is. But yeah. Right, let's see what else we've got here quickly. I'm going to read through absolutely everything, guys, so you're completely up to date. Let's see what we've got. William bigging up Euro there. The story from earlier on with Anthony. Yep. There's just more talk about Anthony like we were talking earlier on again today, guys. There hasn't been loads apart from the news that we just discussed about Jadon Sancho talks going on this week with PSG and Manchester United. And obviously in them talks we're expecting Ugarte, whose price has been set at a lot cheaper than what people were reporting before. And apparently it's not a million miles away from Manchester United's valuation. Whether or not the report that Manchester United's valuation of 38 million is true, I don't know, but it's been said that PSG's is actually 49 million, which is less than what they bought him for, a little bit, but that's what they're willing after a year at the football club to take and accept from anyone wanting to buy Ugarte. Like I said, he's only just in the club. Right, let's see what else we've got. Christian Eriksen not being sold, just going to become players and club spokesman. I doubt that very much. He wants to play football still. Adam Gomez in the house from Minnesota. How are you doing, Adam? Hey there from Minnesota. Why get rid of Wan Bissaka, replace him with another right back? Makes no sense. We need centre backs. I don't think it's going to affect the centre back situation, mate. That's why. We need cover, and Ten Hag thinks that bringing a player in like Mazraoui would give us better cover on the right hand side, while also freeing up Dalot to cover the left hand side as well. Because two birds with one stone sort of thing. It makes sense. If you're going to get rid of a right back, we're very short. We've only got one fully fit right back, mate. So we need to replace him with another one. It isn't going to affect Manchester United's dealings for Matthias de Ligt, or indeed Branthwaite if we do go back in for him. But that will be a Branthwaite deal for probably next summer, guys. Don't expect Branthwaite to come in this summer. Tony Callahan, welcome to the Members Club. Mad Red 2 membership. Thank you very much, mate. We're creeping up to 400 likes, guys. The numbers while we've been away, I have to say, have been absolutely immense, guys. Thank you so much for all your contributions, all of your messages, comments on the shows, well live and after the show. We've hit record numbers for comments, guys, this week as well. It's been absolutely brutal from you guys. Non-stop, and I've absolutely loved it. Go for a few more of your comments before we finish up, guys. Let's see. Sad that we have bought players in the past and only one, who is Bruno, has gone up in value. We seem to be killing careers instead of enhancing them. Ineos should look into that and fix it. I think that's exactly what they are doing, mate. Making it an environment where players can thrive and progress and get better. That's what Manchester United should be, and I think that's what Ineos are trying to do. All them minor gains that they're talking about, that's what it's all about. Let's see what else we've got in here. A few more of your comments. Rossi says, great show, Adam and Kaz, fair play to you. Thank you. Mazraoui plays left back for Morocco, says the lawman, so we can play both sides. Maybe that's where Ten Hag going. Versatile. Elite inspiration. Why are you ignoring my message regarding the height concerns? I'm looking for your opinion on it. That's a bit temper piled, that one, Elite, mate. Have you seen the amount of comments coming through? I can't read them all, son. Anyway, regarding what height, I think Lisandro Martinez quashed any height issue that there ever was for any player in the Premier League when he came through to United, to be honest, mates. And if you're talking Mazraoui or another player with height problems, there is no such thing. There is no such thing as height issues. I don't even want to bring up the conversation, really. Like I said, like Lisandro Martinez killed that notion last couple of seasons. So, yeah. Right, guys, I am going to wrap things up there. Thank you so much for joining us on the show. Me and Kaz need to catch a bus to the airport because I do need to be back for the 8 o'clock show. I hope there's no breaking news, but if there is breaking news, you'll probably find me squashed in a corner of the airport trying to get a signal, bringing you a live show while we wait for our flight out of here. But guys, that is it. The show is done and finished. A few more likes and we've hit 400 live. Let's see how many we can get after this as well. I just want to say again, while we've been here, you guys and your support has been immense. Thank you so much. It's brilliant. It'll be good to get back to the studio tomorrow and enjoy some of the nice weather apparently that's going on in the UK as well. But for now, that's it, guys. Paris Saint-Germain meeting with United this week for talks on Sancho and Ugarte. Price drop on Ugarte. Price set for Wan Bissaka. Decent than what we first thought. Everything looking positive again. We'll bring you updates as and when. But have a fantastic evening. I appreciate you all joining us on the earlier show. I'm off to catch a plane, guys. So I will see you later. Have a good one.